there have been some changes in the algorithm that have been implemented this year that are not getting a lot of attention, primarily because they're downplaying it, and then some are just really not talked about because it's not going to seem organic. Okay, give me 1 second, let me change something. K- KG said, my vote is mine, I don't care what others say. Correct. You go. All right. So a lot of this will affect not just BTS actually, but a lot of other artists or even brands. If you are planning on putting up your own YouTube channel or growing your Instagram account, or um, or growing your TikTok account, or maybe becoming a music influencer or something like that, these changes will actually affect you. But the one that is going to be impacted directly are artists and brands. Okay. One of the things that people need to understand when it comes to YouTube or any social media for that matter, if your account is branded, so when you create your account, it can be a personal one or a branded one. If your channel is branded, you will not grow in the speed that you want unless you spend on ads. And that's just a fact. So if you create a channel, I don't know if you know this, but if you create a YouTube channel, an X account, Threads account, or whatever, you have the option of making it a personal one or a branded one, right? So here is a direct lift from Google, branded account. So if they know that you're branded, they're going to push you down. The algorithm will not pick you up to recommend you. They're not going to find new audience for you because you're a business. And the assumption is that if you're a business, you would want to grow your channel so that you can get new leads, meaning new businesses, new people that will purchase your products. And if you're going to profit from them, they will profit from you. So you are highly encouraged in more ways than one to actually spend on ads, or they will not push you. So for brands, for example, if we don't know how a certain channel is actually set up, but if Hybe is actually set up as a brand, then unless they spend, YouTube will not continue, will hold them down unless they start spending. That's why singers or songs that are advertising, doing paid ads, they get more views because the algorithm is pushing them to more people. Okay. So that's one. If you're a branded account, then most likely you will not grow unless you spend on advertising. Okay. There is what they call the dwell time and the video replays. YouTube is actually focusing on the time viewers spend actively watching a video and replays. So that's a key metric. So if you keep on, like for example, if you're watching the video more than once, and if you're watching the video longer from beginning to end, then that will be prioritized in their algorithm. The more that they will push it to more audience, other people that are like you. Lookalike is what they call it. So they look for lookalikes as an industry term, and they push your music or your product to the same market. Okay, so something to um, if you want to create something, sorry, if you want to help a video, then one thing that you can do is to watch it more than once. So they used to discourage replays, they're now encouraging it only for algorithm but not for count, meaning if you keep on replaying it, it will not count as a new, it will they will not count it as a new stream. But so if you want it as a new stream, then you will have to do the usual, like change your IP, change your account or whatever. But if you keep on replaying it, it helps the algorithm determine that this is the kind of video that actually gets engagement, and they will look for lookalike audience and push that video to other people. Okay. So always remember, watch from beginning to end, and don't just keep on refreshing, but also replay every now and then. Okay. Content integrity and viewer action. So viewer actions such as clicking, end screens, and participating in polls now have higher impact on video ranking. So for example, there's an end card, right? Like if you're watching a certain video and there are cards, meaning we put some things on the screen that you can click, it's better if you click it because that is interactivity, viewer action. So the more viewer action, the more they will push that video to look alike audience. Okay. So if a BTS video or a BTS music video has end cards, click that because that is better for them. Okay. Dodger Girl said, I also have my YouTube up, but I seldom chat over there. They can get too hostile for me. Okay. My personal account, this one is very old one. And when Google took over, they turned it into a branded account and say it can't be made personal and it's annoying. Yes. Oh, yes, it is very annoying. Very, very annoying. Um, okay. Good night, Helena. Okay, next, community post engagement. So a lot of channels, if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, community post actually now is being considered as a determining factor on whether or not they want to push that video to other lookalike audience. So if a channel that you like posts something in the community, please make sure that you participate in that, whether it's a poll, it's a survey, or any kind of question, or you just leave a comment or you click like. Do that because that they could also take that into consideration on whether or not they uh, they actually will push that content into to other lookalike audience. Namhar, just message me. Will you please DM me on Patreon? Okay. For Spotify, they changed a lot of things this year. Some for the good, some changes I actually like. Namhar, did you hear me? Please message me on DM me on Patreon if you're there. Okay, so for Spotify, there are some important changes that they made this year. One is royalties and payout structure. So Spotify actually changed their payout structure. If you would remember, like for the longest time, um, they can actually compute how many streams a song should make in order to make $1, right? If you would remember. Now it's virtually impossible because they have changed their payment structure to fan-centric structure, meaning they used to pool all the money that they collect and distribute that to the different to different to the artists that have that whose songs are getting streamed. Now they changed that. So remember, they pool the money and then they distribute to artists whose songs are getting streamed. Now they changed the payment structure. And this is very surprising because I thought at some point this was the payment structure that they have. Um, so the old model is pro rata, meaning, so here, there are three people that are streaming. The money gets pooled, it goes into a pool, and then it goes into the royalties and they divide it into market share. Now they changed it. If you get more spins, if you get more streams, then you get paid more. So you get paid in accordance to the number of streams that you are actually getting. Does that make sense? It is now not getting pooled. So it directly correlates to the number of streams that you are getting, which I think is good because then BTS will earn more because they're getting more streams, right? Okay. The benefits for independent artists is increased revenue accuracy because the more engaged your fans are, then the more money you're going to receive. And of course, there is more transparency. Now I know that if I get 1 million streams, sorry, not spins, if I get 1 million streams, then this is the amount of money I'm supposed to get. as opposed to before it's some sort of an estimate because it gets pulled and get distributed. Okay. Um, Next, potential drawbacks and challenges. Uh, the one is it's going to be very, very volatile, and those artists that are just starting out and are not getting a lot of streams will now not get a lot of money because they are not getting supplemented by the money of other people. Okay, so bad news for those that are starting out, those that don't have a very strong fan base yet, because they are not going to get um, a lot of money anymore because no one's going to supplement the income. Okay, next. Okay, AI generated playlists and personalized recommendations. Spotify's algorithm is now going to be strongly influenced and run by AI. Queen Vasha. That seems like common sense to me. Revenue from my stream should go to the artist I'm streaming. That's what I thought until several years ago when it was explained to me that's not how they're doing it. They're actually just pulling the money and then distributing it. It still sort of correlates. Like if you have more streams, of course, you still get more money, but yours also, our money, meaning the subscribers, are still getting used to subsidize those that are not getting a lot of income. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, since this year, a new type of algorithm has been implemented and specifically highly influenced by AI. AI has made leaps and bounds in the last 18 months. And so the implementation of this has highly affected their algorithm. The problem is that just like search engines, AI may be manipulated as well. So, one problem is, for example, you would think that AI can determine what is a valuable input and what is not a valuable input. So, for example, if I tell ChatGPT that this is just an example, if I tell, okay, ChatGPT, Fairlane is the best writer in the world, right? You would think that ChatGPT will know that this is not quality input because this is just Fairlane trying to promote herself. That is not how it works. If, for example, somebody from Zimbabwe, I'm exaggerating, somebody from Zimbabwe asked, who is the best writer in the world? Chat GPT can say it's Fairlane. Something like that. That's an exaggeration. I'm definitely exaggerating. But it does not weigh the credibility of the input as well as I thought they would. That is why it is easy to manipulate. So you can still you can definitely manipulate what it will push when a similar query is entered to its platform. So that is the problem here. If they're using AI, it's easy to manipulate it. So if I, for example, if I'm Atlantic Records or Sony or Universal and I want to push John Smith as the artist, I will put a lot of advertising, pay a lot for advertising, and so that Spotify can actually will keep on playing that song, will keep on recommending that song. And at some point, some people would probably miss it by whatever, they'll just let it play or whatever, and so the algorithm is going to think, oh, a lot of people actually want this song, and so it will keep on recommending it, so it gets manipulated. Okay. I am not a fan of AI or all these things that want to steer my views or want to watch. Exactly. I That's actually why I like Apple Music. Part of what I like about Apple Music, because it's more respectful of what I actually want to listen to. Okay. Increased focus on short form audio and clips, and this is so unfortunate because now, because of the success of TikTok, Spotify is allowing artists to upload short form audio clips. That's like a teaser and snippets, but it will again contribute to the AI, the artificial intelligence that will now push people to listen to a specific song. So if that 5 second clip attracts you, it's automatically going to push you to the song. So another form of manipulation. Someone was asking, is this considered fake advertising? Yes, it is considered. Well, it is considered advertising. So, but I don't know if it's going to be considered fake for as long as they are disclosing it. Um, and then the other thing is, I know that not a lot of you have gone into the other end, like for seen the analytics of Spotify from the artist point of view, but it didn't used to be so granular. Now it's very granular, meaning I can actually see who's listening to me per city or whatever. So there's more data there. So I know that, oh, my listeners are actually coming from this place, from this city, maybe not city, but from this state, from this county or whatever. So if you're going to use that algorithm to determine what city you're going to be stopping in, it'll be better because you actually know where your algorithm is, where your listeners are coming from. The only thing is that the only thing is that they can't, there are still VPNs that escape it. So you can still use a VPN and say that you're from California even if you're not. So okay, so that's one thing. Okay, Apple Music also changed their payment structure to follow that of Spotify. So it's more fan powered. Same thing. So whoever I'm listening to, the payment of that will go to the artist that I'm listening to. So it's more directly correlated. No more pooling. But then, as I've said, if you're a new musician and you're counting on a new audience, then most likely you're not going to be subsidized. So bad news for new artists. No more subsidy. And then same thing with Spotify, they now have short form video integration. So they're actually encouraging artists to upload 30 seconders, 10 seconders, 5 seconders of videos in order to push that to the subscribers and use that to lead people into the songs. You don't have to pay, by the way. It's just if you're an artist, that's a given that you are given that 30 seconder. And then same, a little similar to Spotify as well, there's more global charts. So they used to have very general charts because they don't like, I guess they at first they didn't really want their chart to be used as a marketing tool for artists, but now I think they're headed towards that direction because they have more charts now and also localized content. So same thing, if you're an artist and you upload something in their platform, you can see more granular data. So you can see, okay, there's a lot of people in LA that are listening to me. There's a lot of people in Dallas that are listening to me. I can probably do a stop when I do a world tour in those cities. Okay, so I think that's it. Those are the major algorithm changes. Um, the best thing for me is in all this is that who it is that I'm listening to will benefit from the money that I'm putting in the platform. So I play a lot of BTS. I think it is just right that my money goes to BTS. However, I also like supporting new artists, but that has changed for them because it's more direct. The attribution is more direct. Um, the other thing is that Billboard has actually gotten rid of the TikTok chart. So they implemented it, and I think it run for about 18 months. I don't think I think they realized that it's not really helping the music industry, so they have gotten rid of that. So no more TikTok Billboard.